Hello and welcome to another episode of Bored at the Right Time. Today, you may have noticed we have a festive background. Thank you. And we're going to start a series where we talk about some of my favorite holiday records. And today, the topic of the day is Merry Christmas. So, Merry Christmas by Bing Crosby is probably one of the most well-known Christmas albums that was never an album, okay? This was never released as an album until many, many, many years later. This is a Christmas greetings box from Bing Crosby with the Andrews sisters. And this was made during the 40s, like right when the format war was going on, whether they were going to do 33 or 45, and then they decided to do both. So they would make these little boxes of 45s that you would just like stack up, and they would play one after another. They would drop down, and then you'd flip them over, and it would play the other sides. So if you look at this is kind of, it's just Bing's head superimposed on here. And when you open it, it has the Decca 45s here and some writing here. To me, this is Christmas. And it starts with Silent Night. And then it goes to Adeste Fideles, which is O Come All Ye Faithful in Latin. And then it switches to English. And this song gives me chills sometimes listening to it because it's just so, it reminds me of what Christmas is about. And then there's White Christmas. White Christmas is the #1 single. Has never been beaten. It's the most highest selling single in the history of popular music. Then there's God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. And then there's a song called Faith of Our Fathers, which might be filler, but it's good filler. The side closes out with I'll Be Home for Christmas, in parentheses, if only in my dreams. They've changed some of the words in the latter part of the 20th century. They changed some of the words to be less depressing, but Bing sings the full version with the depressing lyrics. So now we start with the Andrews sisters. So Jingle Bells is with the Andrews sisters. And anyone who's ever seen A Christmas Story, you know, with Ralphie shooting his eyes out, you will hear this soundtrack. And it's funny, in the background, you barely notice it, but when you listen to it with headphones, it's there. Bing Crosby sings almost the entire album, which isn't exactly correct because that film takes place anywhere between 1939 and 1940. So these songs were not recorded then. These were recorded anywhere between 1941 and 1951, I think. And these were just sort of his holiday 45s that they threw together and put on a record. And Silver Bells with Carol Richards. So she sings the other vocal on that. So then there's Christmas in Killarney, which is the most ethnic song on here. It's almost a throwaway, but it's just classic. And then the second side closes with anyone who's ever seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation knows this song, Melekilikimaka. It's with the Andrews sisters, and listening to Bing sing it, it just is so, it reminds me of that movie, but it's also like one of those, I guess this would also be considered an ethnic Christmas song. It's Hawaii. Before Hawaii was a state. I have so many pressings of this record. In fact, one of my favorite pressings is this one. It is the cream and gold colored MCA one. I believe it's from the mid 70s. And the reason I like this one, 1977, that's what it said, sorry. The reason I like this one is because it has I would call it a church echo, if you will, applied to the entire record. So when you listen to the original, or you listen to one of the 45s, or you listen to a repressing, you're getting that dry There's no like presence there. This has that added to it. So it sounds like Bing is singing it in a church. It's very cavernous and echoey, and it really is a much better processed version, in my opinion. Now, granted, I don't know why this was added. In fact, I've tried to research it, and so this was the first one I got at a thrift store, and I listened to it, and I said, "Oh, this is fantastic! I love this." And then I got an original pressing, and I cleaned it up and I played it, and there was no echo at all. There was just that dry kind of thing. So I found another copy, or I bought a new pressing. I can't be sure. And again, that was dry as well. So it led me to believe that this is the only copy, this label, with that church echo, or chamber echo attached, or added to it. So I've actually tried to find this pressing again, and I can't find it. So I'm thankful that I found mine in a thrift store. And yeah, so this record is my favorite Christmas record. To me, this is Christmas. Well, anyway, happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching. And why don't you put your favorite Christmas record down in the comments? I'd love to hear from you all. And if you'd be so kind as to subscribe, like, and comment, that would make my day and my holiday season. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.